Bucks of Tampa asked the question on punting. How do you coffin corner punt, and where and when should you try? How do you get special teams punts to make a? How do you get your players to make a play on the ball down the field? And I am going to go through this. I think this is a great question. When can you coffin corner? So usually if you punt, we usually don't punt once we get over the 50 because there's just not a lot of value in it. So the key to really punting and doing a good job is you can coffin corner basically if you're on about the 35, about the 40-yard line elsewhere. We'll go to the return here. Always go max cover punt. These are some generic special teams tips for you.
Always max cover punt.
So what you want to do when you coffin corner, you used to want to go like this to coffin corner. But
all the way over, right?
Not all the way over. You just kind of try and line it up on your TV. But what you want to do is you don't want to actually put the arrow all the way down this season because you can actually punt it a lot further with the arrow up this year. So we're going to kind of leave it as it is. As long as you're in that general 40-yard range of where you want to go, you're going to line it up at the sideline. Try and flick. Lock it up full power. You want to get that arrow going a little bit.
Oof, that was close.
Pretty close. What I would have liked to have done there is, guys, so this white arrow that goes through the right stick on the bottom right-hand corner, right? You want that, for me, lined up with however you are lining up the orange kick meter. So if I put the orange kick meter left, I want that stick to go to the left at a certain angle that lines up with how I have it. If I'm kicking to the right, I want it to go that way with whatever angle I have. So notice if I had kicked that a lot shorter, I wouldn't have quite made it as far back downfield. If I had put it up, I can kick it a lot further. And when you're going for the coffin corner, you can actually click on the receiver, and you can click on and make a play with your guy. So he asked about how can I actually stop the ball, because the receivers will not catch the ball inside the 10-yard line. So if you have the ability to have enough power with your punter to make it inside the 10-yard line, you want to actually punt it up. This has changed quite a bit from the last few seasons where a down punt would still go pretty far and could roll and roll out. Now you actually kind of want to kick it up in the air, see if you can make it die. See how I kind of try to match up the arrow with the right, and I'm able to get it down by the 10-yard line. I know you're not going to pick it up, and if I can just get my guy down there, I know it's going to be good. And the further you move that arrow, the better the bounce is going to be. So that's another tip right there. The difference, though, is if I'm back a little bit further, if I'm anywhere beyond with the kickoff area and I'm trying to punt, what I'm going to do is I am going to use the low punt, because otherwise the value of a return is just too great. So what I do in this situation is rather than kick it up and try and get downfield, I'm going to go low. If we're online, you can't see where I'm going, only in person. Get it low. You need to use the arrow method again. Once again, match the white line on the bottom with the arrow that you're going. It's a lot easier for punt returners to catch punts off the hop this year. Try and get it over. I would have liked to see it over a little bit more. You don't want to go full power.
I like full power, though. I'll show you why. I like full power.
You do have a great method.
I like full power.
I think you should share. SGibs does have a great method. So that was last year's punt, right?
We talked about this earlier this year.
You would not have picked that up last year.
On Twim. So we talked about this earlier this year. So what you want to do is, so you want to find out the distance between directly in the middle and all the way over to the left, and kind of cut that right in half. Go right in the middle between that, all the way down. I like to go absolute full power on this kick. You want to have the accurate kick to the left, like Farls was talking about, and you go full power. That was a bad kick by me, but you go full power because you're trying to get it over there, and then it bounces and gets by the guy. And see, that was I didn't have the full power. And I didn't have the right angle, but that's what you're looking for. We did talk about this earlier this year.
Show it again. So what I used to say was kick it short so that the receiver won't be able to pick it up. But now he picks it up off the bounce.
That's the one right there.
They did a great job where he picks it up off the bounce now. But now when you go full power, it'll actually bounce past him, and you'll get the yards on the roll that you wouldn't be getting.
But that's going to be a great punt. That's going to be a great punt. Get by him. So but that's what you're looking for. The last one. My accuracy is off. I need to kick it a little bit straighter. So let me try one more time. I got to go one more time here.
Mom Spaghetti, SGibs, one chance right here. I say no.
That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
Did you get it over far enough?
That's the one, kid. Bounce. Boop.
That's the kick you want.
That's
so let's go into replay real quick
and
here.
And then you just boom. Boom.
So the kick that I kicked was last year's punt. This is the new punt. Gibbs did do a good job. Anytime you have the inability to reach inside the 10-yard line on the bounce, if you're further away, you want to kick it just like he did there. Look at the bounce. So before it would bounce short and roll by. Now you got to kick it more near him to bounce it past. And you gain 10 yards, and also he's running backwards.
You get a free hit stick.
Free hit stick.
Everyone deserves a free hit stick every now and then.
That's a good call. So remember, here are the keys. Yes, number one, you can get downfield and you're able to catch the punt with the returner. The gunners on the outside, use triangle, get the guy there, have it bounce, they'll catch it. That'll down it. Inside the 10, they will not return the kick. They'll just let it go. So that's a big thing to know.
Yep.
And the third thing is kick at max power if you're outside of that coffin corner area. I love to go for the coffin corner. It just is more, it's safer. And I know a lot of guys will kick to the sideline, just try and line it up there, max their distance. But I really like this bounce if you can get it because you also get the hit stick.
We call this 99 punts, by the way, or 99 special teams, by the way. It's valuable. It's really valuable to your game. You guys think it might be crazy, but you got to lab special teams. You got to, I mean, if they recover that, look at the field position he just got there. He returned it from the 30 all the way to the 50. That's 20 yards. And if I'm able to get it by him and bounce it by him another 10, 15 yards, we're talking, what? I'm not good with math, but that's what, 35, 40 yards?
So important because if you kick it more from your end zone and you don't get the bounce, they're basically already in field goal range. They're basically already in field goal range.
Phenomenal kick. Buy him. And then it's a race. And then I just lock onto him. And look, he's now at the 15.
Huge.
I mean, it's the little things.
That's your punt this year, guys. All right.